Hello out there in YouTube world. Welcome to another edition of Speak Your Mind with Young Mikolo. I'm your host, Young Mikolo. This video, it's unfortunate. We'll be talking about the deceased rapper that passed away a couple days ago that goes by the name of Young Lech from San Jose. What had happened was that it's unfortunate what happened in this situation. Once again, you have a situation with a young man that he's doing well. His career looks like it's going up and it's in the process of getting somewhere. But it's in a tragic event what led up to the events of his death. I mean, it's been known and it's been reported by a lot of people that he was on heavy drugs. He was on certain drugs that were kind of, messing up with his mind, just messing his head, having him think differently, having him paranoid, having him think people was against you, So that's usually what drugs could do to your mind. But anyways, I'll read a little bit from my notes that I have here on June 21st, which was on Tuesday, this past Tuesday. I guess the homeboy, like I said, he was on one. He had already been battling with demons for a few days now, so this wasn't nothing that just, I don't feel it happened just simultaneously or, just out the blue. On June 21st, he wrote up, he had, I guess, issues with some homeboy from his label. They were on the same label. And I guess homeboy was trying to help him, open the door for him, shine the light, and let him know that he was effing up. He was messing up big time and he needed to get his mind right. And I guess he ended up taking it the wrong way. And from what I've heard and understand from people, that on that day he rolled up on old boy. I think it was like the evening time on the 21st of Tuesday, this past Tuesday. He rolled up at a store location. I won't name the location of the store. And he pretty much shot and killed him on the spot. And it was reported that old boy lost his life on the spot. The homeboy that he ended up killing, his boy that, was like, that was his boy. It was like a brother to him. And at this point, he's losing his mind. It's like he's on a suicide mission. He's on a homicidal mission, as you've seen in other stories in the past. He just don't really give a F. He's just going to do what he's going to do. So after that altercation, it was reported that, well, it wasn't reported, it happened. He went on his way out to Modesto because that's where he has a baby mother. He has a kid with a female. I don't know exactly the woman's name, but he went to go visit his baby moms in Modesto, and it was said that he had gotten into an altercation with her. So they started arguing, shouting back and forth, I'm pretty sure he already had on his mind, what he was going to do to her, what maybe she's done to him in the past, whether she's cheated on him or kicked him to the curb, or, why they broke up or just always hated on him. But after the altercation, what pretty much ended up happening was that he ended up going off on her and he ended up killing her. He murdered her, and it's an unfortunate event because the child, was there at the moment and had to witness such a horrific, tragedy. So at this time, everything's going through his mind. He leaves the spot. He's on his way back to San Ho. He's on a mission back to San Ho. He had contacted another homeboy that's close to him, and I guess they had some kind of beef or whatever. And he pretty much gave him a heads up and told him that he was coming for him next. So I guess that homeboy was able to, since he had the heads up, he was able to shake the spot. He was able to leave before old boy could get the drop on him. So I'm thinking at this moment, if I'm in his position, he's on a good one. He doesn't care. He knows pretty much, his life is over. Like what he's done, you can't come back from that. If he survives it or whatever, he's already going to be deemed as bad, whether he goes to prison or gets caught on the street, he's pretty much all bad. He's 86th. So what happens is the reports were that he went back to San Jose, and supposedly the authorities, whether it was Highway Patrol or SJPD, had spotted him. And there was a what do you call that? When they radio in an APV out for his, capture, his arrest, a warrant out for him. And he ended up to proceeding to barricading himself inside his pad. And what led to the events of his murder, of his death, of his downfall was that he barricaded himself inside his pad. For about 7 hours, he had a standoff with the police. So, they were shooting it out with each other. And at the very end, what happened is that I guess he ended up giving himself up. He didn't give himself up. What it was is it's like a scene out the movies, like he came out the house with his gun drawn at them, and that's it. He was on a homicide mission. He started dumping on them. They shot him a few times. And later he was rushed to the emergency room, to the hospital. And where in a few hours he was pronounced dead. He was pronounced, he was gone. He lost his life to that situation. And, this is an individual that I actually had got to know. Like, I met him a few times in San Jose, even before I knew he rapped and stuff like that. I met him at little shows, little functions. He seemed like a pretty cool dude, but like I said, you can't judge a book by their cover, and I don't know all the pages of that book. I didn't know him too well to really know what was going on in his life, but it seemed like, a lot of people say that he was battling demons because somebody just doesn't wake up one morning and go out and start killing who's like a brother to them, and then killing the mother of their kid, and then going out and trying to murder one of their other brothers, another homeboy that's like this, that you grew up with, that you mess with, that's from your neighborhood. So in my opinion, he was definitely battling demons. And the moral of this story is, for all you out there that's battling demons off of drugs, please try to get help, because drugs will really mess up your mind, especially when you start dwelling with those heavy drugs, whether it's meth, whether it's yay, whether it's PCP, whatever. The drugs will really alternate your mindset where you feel like the whole world's against you. You could feel like your own parents are against you, and you could smoke them. And then later on to wake up somewhere and regret everything. But it's a unfortunate event, Nobody saw this happening. And I heard that supposedly people have said out there in his neighborhood that he was already kind of deemed bad, or that he was dropped from the neighborhood. I don't know. That's he say or she say. There's a lot of haters out there, so we don't really know the truth. But what we do know is that old boy is gone now. And I just wanted to say, rest in peace to him, and to his baby mother and the other two individuals that lost his life. But, unfortunately, sometimes when you battle those demons in your head, if you don't get the right help, or you don't really attempt to reach to try to do better, or pretty much to just get the right help, if you don't really make the attempt to try to clean yourself and actually fight for your life, then you give in to the demons, and the demons take over, and you end up doing things that you end up regretting, or you just didn't know that you were capable of. And unfortunately, in this situation, homeboy did things that can't be forgiven, unfortunately. So in his mindset, it was probably better off that, he knew he was going to lose his life. He knew that he was going to die. And, not to say this homeboy wasn't a solid individual, because a lot of good things were said about him. He was definitely in his neighborhood. He did his things as a homeboy. He was, on the activities and everything. But I'm pretty sure, for everybody, if you put yourself in his position, once you've done these things, there's no going back. There's no going back. The only thing that's left is death, and that's it. So for everybody that's battling with drugs or addictions, try to get help. There's people out there that can help you, and try to get your mind right before it's too late. And that's all I wanted to say on the situation. And I want to say RIP to him and everybody who lost their life, unfortunately, to, his doings and stuff like that. And if you haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe. Hit your notification bell, and we'll definitely be dropping more videos, more material. Look out for interviews soon. Trying to work the program where I could make it more animated, and the computer could show you that when to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Anyways, everybody, God bless. Stay safe. Peace.